Alright, what's good? So I've been looking online over the past 2 days since the event dropped, Lift This Soul 5, and I've seen a lot of debates over the female clash between Shooney Da Rapper and QB Black Diamond. So I wasn't really gonna like talk on it. I just kind of let that one marinate. But I've been seeing so many debates, so I just decided to spit my 2 cents. The long and the short of it is I had QB 2-1. I had her winning rounds 1 and 2, and then I had Shooney, in my opinion at least, clearly taking the third. At least just to me, like what she said that resonated with me more. I had Shooney winning that one, even though that was like one of the most debated rounds. I think the most debated round for the general comments that I've been reading. But yeah, for me, man, the battle was dope, but it wasn't everything that I expected it to be. I don't know, I just thought it was gonna be more. I expected more from QB. I personally thought that QB's performance wasn't up to par with some of the things she's done in the past. I felt as though, like, with her disrespect, she was fire, as always with her disrespect, but I felt like when it came to just spitting general bars and just like regular rapping, not disrespecting, talking about your grandmother this, your daughter that, your niece, you know, tampon blood and all that crazy stuff. I felt as though QB was not hitting unless it was with a lot of disrespectful type of stuff. She was trying to bar, but it just wasn't really going over too well with the fans in house. Breaking down the rounds, Shooney's first, she had some fire to me, some like kind of like, not necessarily slept on, but just like underappreciated bars in the moment, because I guess, you know, you live in the crowd, you just trying to listen to that punchline rather than like reacting to everything. But she was talking about, I'm Jeffrey Dahmer in this bitch, I'm dead hungry. I thought that was hard. I remember I had to take a class on like serial killers in college, and Jeffrey Dahmer was one guy that I personally studied, and I thought that was fire. One thing that was killing Shooney, man, for not just the first round, but the second and third, every single round, she was stumbling. She stumbled 2 times in the first round. And I mean, everyone knows going into the battle, Shooney was the underdog. So when you're the underdog coming into a fight, you are not in any position to be stumbling, choking. If it's boxing, you're not in any position to be getting clapped with a shot and start buckling. You know what I'm saying? Like, I remember the year that I won the Golden Gloves in 2012, in the quarterfinals, I fought this kid. In the novice and amateur boxing, you're supposed to be between pretty much 0 fights and 9 fights, no more than 10, like 0 to 10. Anything 10 and above is supposed to be what's called the open class. It's like semi-pro. And I was in the novice when I was fighting. I had, I don't know, I think I had like 6 fights at the time when I was in the quarterfinals. And the kid that was fighting, he had a record. He actually, on record, he said in the newspaper that his record was 30 and 3. My bad, 30 and 3. So I never understood how they let a kid publicly say that, yo, my record is 33 fights, slide into the novice class. He was the favorite to win because he won a tournament over the summer called the New York tournament. And I remember I got matched up with him in the quarters, fought him in somewhere Dumfar in Brooklyn, and I was just like, damn, son, all right. He was a power hitter, but best believe I trained my hardest for that fight. Not just for that fight, but that entire tournament. And I came out, and salute to him, but I dogged him the whole fight. Dogged him, made it so that when people like introduced me, Michael Hughes, and I think it was in the gold corner. Michael Hughes in the gold corner, it was just crickets. Nobody said nothing, no one knew who I was. And by the end of the fight, they was like, and the winner is, and the people in the crowd was like, gold corner, actually was I blue? I don't remember what color, what corner I was. But long story short, I was the underdog, and I made it so that there was absolutely no questions, hands down, put the bricks, smoked homie. And Shooney, like, she was trying, she came with some good material, but like, if you stumbling, it's one thing to spit your bars and like it just doesn't hit with the fans, but when you just stumbling, choking, you're killing yourself. So as being an underdog, if you gonna stumble in rounds, you're like automatically gonna be like losing 10-9 for that round. And the stumbles was killing me killing it for her, in my opinion. QB, when she started, I remember like when she was like, hey yo, like to the crowd just kind of like was like, hey, like what up? Mad like monotone, and she even was like, yo, what's up? Like, y'all ready? Like the crowd's energy was low from the start for QB. I don't know if they were just tired being in the venue, if the crowd's energy was low because of Shooney, or they just weren't really tuned into the battle. But the energy at the start of QB's first was low. And I remember QB spit her first like 3-4 bars, and it was just regular like straight rap, like general battle rap bars. And I think she went into this battle a little bit too cocky, if you ask me. Like, she went in there like super confident. You could tell by her swag, not just with the shades, but just like her overall swag on stage. She just felt mad comfortable. And like, I think she expected, because she was so much of the favorite to win the battle, that she just expected the crowd to go ham for everything she said. So when she was like, she spit her first 4 joints, and she would stop at every punch, boom, and look at the crowd, like where the reaction at. And to me, she got like light reaction, but for the most part, it was kind of crickets for her first 4. And she looked like a little bit flustered, like, oh, okay. And then she spit something that was, I don't know, a disrespectful bar. And then, yeah, she got reaction. But I felt like she was kind of forcing, not just through the first round, but I felt like throughout the entire battle, QB was forcing that punch and to get the type of respect and reaction from the crowd. It wasn't the natural QB that just like, she flows and whatever she says, everyone's like, oh, damn, you know what I mean? I felt like this actually was more of a forced effort by her. Also, the crowd being kind of quiet for her regular stuff, but then going ham for her actual disrespect, kind of plays into what the battle rap movie, if y'all haven't seen Bodied yet, go check it out. What Bodied kind of like pokes fun at, where, you know, the battle rappers oftentimes have to spit stuff that the crowd wants to hear from them, or the crowd expects to hear from them. So when it came to QB spitting just regular bars, maybe she just didn't craft her regular bars, her general bars, properly enough to hit with that type of punch that would warrant that type of reaction. But then when she spit whatever disrespect she spit, she was getting heavy reaction for the most part, you know what I'm saying? So it just did kind of show that the crowd, like in the movie Bodied, the crowd expects certain things from certain people, and unless that person delivers, the crowd ain't gonna give you the reaction that you want. And I just thought that was kind of interesting. But to me, I felt like QB's first was kind of like a roller coaster round, where she just fluctuated. But at the end of the day, taking in consideration Shooney's 2 stumbles, and QB did have some material, you know what I'm saying, some good disrespect material and everything. So I edged the first to QB. Some people might have it to Shooney. Not gonna be mad at you if you do. Maybe I might say that I'm being a little bit too harsh on the stumble thing, but like, her stumbles were quite noticeable. It wasn't like a quick little like fumble of a word, but it didn't go into it. It was just like she was genuinely stumbling. It pissed me off. But yeah, I edged the first to QB. If y'all want to debate it. Second round, I thought it was funny when Shooney did the super, super light and friendly pocket tap on QB. Then she hit her with the, you know, yo, she started like, I think she for a split second, she started to forget her raps. Yo, let me get that water. Thank you, my brother, appreciate you. Let me get that water, you know what I'm saying? She pulled one of those, the typical cover the choke, let me get the water move, which again stressed me out. Shoon, you can't be out here grabbing no water, asking for no water when you're with the underdog. But it was funny because people was calling her like, oh, she choking. She's like, I'm not choking, my mouth just dry, shut the fuck up. But then like 2 bars after she drinks the water, she stumbles and almost forgets her round. So you definitely know she grabbed the water so she could take a second to remember her stuff. QB's second round to me was like pretty light as well, minus the disrespectful stuff she spit. The hardest bar of that round for QB was when she started running through the names of the battle rap bodies that Shooney's caught, T-Rex and all the other homies and stuff, and talking about how you could form your own event with the bodies that, with the guy, I'm not gonna say bodies, with the dudes that Shooney slept with. Like, that was pretty greasy. The third round for me was the best round for Shooney. I felt as though Shooney actually fought back, as everyone always says, fight back. I felt as though she like fought back crazy in that round. Disrespect on 1,000, it was dope. When she said that stuff about QB's grandmother looking fried on her deathbed, I was just like, that was mean. That was mean. Super mean. Super, super mean. That was hard though. I thought that she won the third. I didn't really like QB's third. I thought QB's third was pretty light. Again, a lot of people are debating it. It's just preference. Don't kill me. It's just preference. She did have her disrespect, talking about Shooney and Fetty and all that stuff. But I don't know, man. I just thought that Shooney came back with, like, she got a knockdown or she maybe not knocked down, but she buckled QB in the third. But it was just too little, too late. I had QB winning 2-1 off of the first 2 rounds, but Shooney, she fought back well, and there was nothing to really be upset at aside from her not chokes, but her stumbles. Shooney did say one bar in the third round that I thought was kind of funny, where she was like something about QB's niece or somebody she knows, dialysis, kidneys, dialysis. Cool, she got nice reaction in the crowd, but like I've definitely heard, you know, a dialysis bar and that type of like particular bar in general, like spit, I don't know, like a few times. It was cool, nice little wordplay, but definitely heard that before. Another bar of Shooney's that I thought was pretty dope and underappreciated in the third was when she said something about how she gonna kill QB just so that her mother could see her wear a dress one last time. Like, I thought that was hard. I don't know. People didn't really say nothing to that one, but I thought that was fire. Another thing that stood out to me in the third round was around like the 19-minute and 10-second mark of the battle. Someone, I think it was around when Shooney was saying the whole like your grandmother looks fried thing, that someone in the crowd screamed out, leave her alone. And then QB looked to the crowd like mad baffled, like she even was like, leave me alone, like. And that just kind of shows a few things. It shows that even if people did have QB winning 2-0 up until that point, Shooney was fighting back to sway the opinion of the crowd enough to make it feel like if people don't think that she's winning, then at least it's a fight, it's a threat. You know what I'm saying? That it's a threat that QB could lose. And if people had it 1-1 up until the third, then people definitely thought that Shooney was winning in the house by that point. It also shows that battle rap fans are just that fickle and like easily swayed. Because you'll have someone spit some crazy heat in a round past, and then their opponent spits something like 1 or 2 bars is super fire in the next round, and then the crowd will do what they just did. Leave them alone. 3-0, like, come on, son. And also, if I'm being totally fair about the whole stumbles thing for Shooney, I do have to note that QB also stumbled. I believe it was twice in the third round. And on top of her round to me being a little bit lighter, or just to me, just resonating a lot lighter with me than Shooney's did with me, I had to give it to Shooney in the third. Overall, I have it 2-1 for QB, but at the end of the day, I'm not going to be mad at anybody if they want to debate it and say, yo, Shooney won 2-1. You got arguments. Some people aren't going to judge the stumbles as hard as I am. Like I said, I'm going hard with the stumble just because she was an underdog. So I don't feel like people with an underdog position should be coming up in there stumbling and fumbling through their words. But it was a dope battle. It was a good battle. I'm just going to be honest. A lot of people saying battle of the night, you know, best battle of the card, most exciting, back and forth. All right, if y'all were moved by it that much, cool. To me, it didn't live up to the hype that I was expecting from it. Maybe my expectations were too high. It was a solid battle. I liked the battle a lot. I would watch it again when they drop it on YouTube. But it wasn't what I was expecting to see from either of them, honestly. I was expecting QB to come out with like naked screenshots of Shooney and Fetty or something like that and just go ham with that, maybe Photoshop them. That would have been wild. But it was a good battle. For me, QB 2-1. Y'all can continue to debate who you think won, though, but I got QB 2-1.